Hi there, it's Gina Brogan with Second Act Life Coaching, and I'm going to talk for a little bit to see if this is actually working. I've been attempting to go on live a couple times, and then it just doesn't work. So if you do come on here and you want to stick around and watch, just say hi. And if you have any questions, ask away. If you have comments, feel free to share. So I had to come on today because this is what's been on my mind, and I know that there are people out there, people who need to hear these messages of hope and these messages of healing, and the fact that I am getting messages from people saying, hey, how can I overcome my obstacles? You talk about affirmations, you talk about manifesting a new life, but I can't because of my story is different. My pain is worse. I can't see past my pain. So, hey Matt, how are you? I'm talking about how to heal your pain from the inside out. Anyway, how to heal from the inside out. First of all, if you know any of my work at all, you know that my number one answer to getting all of the things that we want starts at self-love. It all starts at looking at how you can treat yourself better, how you can have a much better, stronger relationship with yourself, how you can convince yourself that you are worthy. You are worthy and you deserve everything in the world that you desire. Remember, I've always said, the desires that are in your heart have been placed there on purpose. And you are worthy of experiencing and having all of your desires met. So, healing from the inside out. How do you go about that? So I'm a big student of Louise Hay. Louise Hay is, if you don't know who she is, she's the founder of Hay House Radio, the founder of Hay House Books. She is the founder of Hay House Publishing. And if you're not familiar with her work, I strongly suggest go to hayhouse.com, Hay House Radio, and that is where I have basically been I've been spending the last 2 years. Thank you, Judy McKee, or Judy Mackey, I don't even know, how do I say it? Judy Mackey, right? For turning me on to Hay House Radio in 2015, where I have started to listen. I started listening to and positively brainwashing myself to turn around my life and heal my life from the inside out. And that has been the source of most of my healing work. That's been the foundation for it. So Louise Hay has many, many books, and one of them is, the power is within you. One of them is called You Can Heal Your Life. And she basically used her self-love practices to heal from cancer and to heal all of the wounds of her childhood. This is a woman who was abused from a very early age, and she has actually, when I talk about, you're never too old and it's never too late, Louise Hay is a perfect example of that. She started really building her empire after the age of 50. So I use these principles all the time. These principles are really the foundation of how I have turned my life around, and why now I consider myself to be somebody who can heal others. I can heal others through my work. I can give them the pathway. I can show them the resources. I can hold their hands. I can be that positive mirror back to them, reflecting their potential and their power. So today, that's what I want to talk about. I have I will be actually, I will be using a lot of these principles in the group coaching program that is starting on January 11th to help people who don't see a way out of their pain. This is going to be a lot of the work that we draw from, and you will have the support of me, somebody who's been through these principles, who uses these principles every single day to continually heal from the inside out, healing physical wounds, emotional wounds, spiritual wounds. We are always growing, we are always healing, and we are always evolving. So this is what I felt really strongly like I needed to share today, because I'm having people ask me about their pain and how their pain is too intense, too strong, too far gone to start a healing practice, and they're giving up, and but they're not giving up. And the reason I know they're not giving up is because they're reaching out. They're asking for help. And that is the first thing. That is such a beautiful thing. When you know that you are worthy of more and you ask for help, that's a beautiful step to take in your own growth and empowerment. So I have listed 8 steps to healing from the inside out. Step 1 is always be kind and compassionate with yourself. Always, no matter what. Even when you make mistakes, don't criticize yourself. Don't mock yourself, don't tease yourself, and don't sabotage yourself. Don't abandon yourself. So this can look like a lot of different things, but I hear it a lot of times. I mean, I used to hear it in myself. I still hear it in myself. When I hear myself saying, oh, you made a mistake, and getting mad at myself for doing something that wasn't just right or wasn't perfect or didn't turn out right. So not criticizing yourself. When you start to talk to yourself compassionately and say, hey, look at that, you put yourself out there and you did something, you pushed your boat out, you did something different and courageous, and you should be really proud. Or when if you get a parking ticket, you get a speeding ticket or something, you get yelled at by somebody, don't add to that wound, don't add to the punishment. Just say, I completely love and accept myself. And I will talk about tapping later, because tapping is a really, really powerful healing tool. But when the critic comes up, and I've talked about it before, I call it the barking dog. The barking dogs will say, you're no good, or you'll never get out of your own way, or you'll never be successful. When you hear that critic, gently observe, oh, I'm doing it again. I'm criticizing myself. That doesn't work for me. I no longer need to talk that way to myself. I am my biggest fan. So being kind to yourself, saying, you know what? You've made a mistake, but that's okay, because everybody makes mistakes. That's how we learn. So that is step 1. No criticism. Always be kind and compassionate with yourself. Step 2, don't scare yourself. This was a really great thing that I learned, because it's so natural. And I was raised in a fearful environment. So naturally I grew up and I was always fearful of this or that happening, and nothing ever happens. None of those fears ever actually come true. So when I learned about this tactic by Louise Hay, don't scare yourself, I really started to practice this. And I used to tell myself, everything is safe, everything is okay. And I would talk to my little scared self and say, nope, there's nothing to be afraid of. You are safe. You're taken care of. The universe loves you. God loves you. You have a roof over your head. You're in a warm bed. You're safe. Whatever your needs are, they will be met. And I talk to myself whenever the fear comes, and the barking dogs, those are the fear. I say, I hear your fear. I acknowledge what you're saying, but you're safe now. And even if it meant that I just had to say that I was safe in that very moment, when you string together one moment to the next of, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm good, I am powerful, I am loved, you keep stringing together these messages to yourself. That's when the healing begins. And I know that this healing applies to physical pain, physical ailments, illnesses. I know it. I know it not because I have done it myself, because I've connected with people who have healed their pain inside, from the inside. And I have read stories and I've heard enough stories because I've been paying attention and studying this about spontaneous healing and about healing through meditation. And I have healed my emotional wounds and pain and my spiritual wounds through my meditation practice and my self-talk and my self-love. So don't scare yourself. Tell yourself you are safe. Convince yourself. Be that parent to your little child self, saying, we're okay. I've got this. I'm not going to let you fail. I'm not going to let you fall. Step 3, be patient with yourself. If you are on a healing journey, like so many of us are, have patience. It's a journey. It's not a light switch. And as you improve, as you string together more of the supportive, kind, compassionate, positive, healing thoughts, and as you see yourself behaving in new ways, in ways that support your growth and your healing, understand that this is a journey and it's just a string. It's from one moment to the next. But as you put them more and more together, you will see it grow. But don't beat yourself up if you're not, experiencing all of those joys that you want to experience in the moment, right away. There are moments that you string together. So understand you're on a journey. Lasting change takes time. Because, first of all, it took us a while. It took me a while to get to this point. To get to this point, the point in my life where I had to make a change, I was so uncomfortable. That comes with years and years of, the needle being stuck in the record player playing the same stories. You got to move the record player, move the needle along, play a new story, sing a new song. And as you learn to do this daily, from moment to moment, that's when you start to see the change. That's when you start to experience and trust that something is happening that's really powerful. So be patient. Listen to yourself and your inner wisdom every day. This is my disguised way of saying meditate. Meditation has been my portal to healing. Because what happens, I've written a little ebook on meditation. If you want to get that ebook, I will put a link to it on the bottom in the comments section here, because it's a very quick read and it's a really simple guide to the benefits of meditation and how easy it is to start and maintain a meditation practice. I think that meditation is one of the most healing things that you can do to calm your mind, calm your nervous system, and you actually change the landscape of your brain. You actually change your nervous system. So whatever listening to yourself and your inner your inner wisdom looks like to you, to me it looks like meditation. For some people, they like to think of it as prayer. One way that somebody described it that really was appealing to me was they say that their prayer is when they're asking for guidance, asking their higher self, their spiritual connection, their angels or whatever, asking for guidance through prayer. So I ask every day, how can I serve? What do the people who need my message, what do they need to hear from me today? And as I go throughout my day, the messages come to me. And then I know when I'm ready to go live, I know what I'm going to talk about because